The world will continue to tempt you with distractions and worries, but you can choose differently. You can step into the eternal now where God's voice is clearest, where His grace is most tangible, where life is most fully alive. And when you do, you will discover that the presence of God was never far away. It was waiting for you here in the power of this very moment. There is a current running through life, a rhythm set in motion long before you took your first breath, and it is stronger than any force you could ever summon. Yet most of us live as though we must fight against it, struggling, grasping, and forcing life to bend to our will. We exhaust ourselves trying to orchestrate every detail, forgetting that the one who spoke the universe into existence is far more capable of directing our lives than we are. The secret, the freedom we crave, is found in learning to trust the natural flow of life, the flow authored by God Himself. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6 days. But how easily we forget. We think that if we do not push hard enough, if we do not cling tightly enough, everything will fall apart. We treat life like a river we must paddle upstream, yet the river was never meant to be conquered. It was meant to carry us. Look at the birds of the air. Do they worry about the next branch or the next meal? Jesus reminded us in Matthew 16:26 that they do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet the Father feeds them. How much more will He care for you? When we begin to trust the flow, we stop living like abandoned orphans and start living like beloved children, confident that our lives are not accidents but part of a divine tapestry being woven even when we cannot see the pattern. This does not mean life will be without storms. The river has rapids and bends that you will not expect, seasons when it feels as though you are losing control. But trusting the flow means you no longer cling to the banks in fear. You allow yourself to be carried, knowing the current is leading somewhere purposeful. Paul wrote in Romans 18:28 that all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to His purpose. All things. Not only the moments you understand, not only the blessings you can see, but even the trials, even the heartbreaks, even the detours that make no sense. The natural flow of life includes them, and God uses them to shape you into the person you are called to be. Trusting the flow is not passivity, it is alignment. It is the willingness to cooperate with the Spirit rather than fight against it. Think of a sailor who sets his sail to catch the wind. He does not control the wind, but he can position himself to move with it. In the same way, when you align your heart with God's will, when you choose obedience and faith even in uncertainty, you find yourself moving with a power greater than your own. Life begins to feel less like a battle and more like a dance. You discover a grace, a lightness, because you are no longer carrying the weight of trying to make everything happen by your own strength. One of the greatest barriers to trusting the flow is fear. Fear tells you that if you let go, you will sink. Fear whispers that you must plan every outcome and control every circumstance. But faith silences fear by remembering who holds the river in His hands. Be strong and courageous, God told Joshua, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Wherever you go, through valleys, through deserts, through unknown waters, the presence of God is the current beneath your feet. When you trust Him, you can face uncertainty with peace because you know the one who sees the end from the beginning is guiding you. Imagine how your life would change if you stopped resisting the flow and started trusting it.